And you're a Kree, a race of noble warriors?
Heroes. Noble warrior heroes.
What's up, true believers? Welcome to Hard in the Paint, where we go hard in everything that is Marvel, DC, TV, film, comics, you name it. We go hard in all those things. And if you are a fan, please hit that subscribe button on any podcast outlet. If you are on the Anchor outlet, please hit that favorite button. Thank you so much for listening, and let's get ready for this brand new episode. Let's go.
You've come a long way, but you're not as strong as you think. This war is just the beginning.
I'm not gonna fight your war. I'm gonna end it.
So, I am not here to fight your war, I'm here to end it. What's up, true believers? I'm Justin with Hard in the Paint. Welcome. This is going to be the Captain Marvel trailer 2 breakdown. We finally got it last night. I was going to do a late night podcast to kind of break this down, but I kind of wanted this trailer to kind of marinate a little bit, and then we kind of jump on and kind of break it down. So just kind of like I told you, this was a trailer that break down the story, and we got a lot of stuff. We got a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Overall, the trailer was insane, guys. I think that would be the word to articulate the greatness and the magnitude that we saw in this trailer. So it was insane. We finally got to see Captain Marvel full-on binary mode, or others claim to be Super Saiyan. But as best as we can do a trailer breakdown via audio on the podcast, we are going to kind of do that. So I'm not going to go through the full scope of the trailer, because again, we're gonna have this whole week, the whole couple weeks of kind of breaking this trailer down, because we are getting Avengers 4 this Wednesday at Good Morning America. So I'm just gonna kind of go over some key points, and as we are going further into having this trailer be played over and over, we're going to find breaking like Easter eggs and all that good stuff. But we kind of get a little bit more of a greater scene, or a little bit more added scene of when Captain Marvel kind of goes through that little subway train with that kind of, innocent old lady, which we already knew. I already said that it was a Skrull. So we're already kind of introduced with the Kree and Skrull war, which we are kind of like in the middle of it, or Captain Marvel is going to be in the middle of it. So Nick Fury is going to be in the middle of it. But it's kind of cool to see Nick Fury in this current state. Now, again, it is in the 90s. It's not Director Fury. He's just an agent. So that's something that's going to be really, really kind of interesting. We do see a whole different paradigm of Nick Fury. So we already know that this whole situation that he's going to be in really alters him to be the Director Fury, the Nick Fury that we know. So that's going to be very, very interesting to see. So we do see going on through the trailer, Captain Marvel's kind of searching through the train, and just knocks the heck out of this old lady. But again, old lady's a bad mamma jamma, so she comes and does her little fight there. But so we kind of see in the next scene where we have the dialogue with Nick Fury and Captain Marvel. Now, again, we don't know exactly how she her situation when she does fall into Earth, what exactly happened. Does her powers work? Does she lost her we already know she lost her memory, because how they actually articulate, or how they give the trailer to us. But in the explosion, what happens is, in an hour, I'm going to do a whole other Captain Marvel breakdown, where we kind of go a little bit deeper into the comic, and more like building the backstory, so you guys understand totally what is happening in this situation. Now, we in the dialogue between Nick Fury and Captain Marvel, she's kind of educating her in Star Force and Kree and Skrull. So he's kind of saying Krees are the good guys, right? Noble leaders, noble hero leaders, all those kind of good stuff. So after that, we kind of go on into the next one where she is walking with Star Force, and you can if you kind of freeze the frame there, you can see Ronan all the way down by the ship, which he's not the Ronan, the accuser. He's not a Kree fanatic just yet. So we're going to even see his little arc be performed here. I don't know if you guys noticed, but man, the soundtrack is amazing. I can't wait to hear this soundtrack. I mean, it's just amazing work with the trailer and on all their cuts and edits. So we do see a wreck ship. We go through the home world there of the Star Force and the Kree there, which looks outstanding. And Miss Benning is in it. Now, again, I want to explain her and Jude Law's character. Now, we understand that we're going to see Kree that have blue skins, and there's also pink skin Krees, which will be ours, like, you know, the normal Caucasian people, I guess you would want to say. So that's why you have Benning explaining to Carol Danvers a little bit what they did to her. You know, we do see her in some of those scenes where she's upside down and look like these machines are connected to her temple, which could be, which we already kind of know, potential spoiler alert, that the Kree is actually erasing her memory, because the Kree is not like good people. The Skrulls are not good people. So the Skrulls can actually turn into humans, as we've already said earlier. But the Krees are not really good people. So we're going to actually, in this story, we're going to actually be in the middle of already the Kree and Skrull world that's already heightened, or potentially getting into a future MCU where we are going to get the Kree and Skrull world. Sorry, can't even say those two words together. But I don't know if that's kind of on the docket or the agenda in the future MCU, the Kree and Skrull war, because that was a huge story. That was one of the huge stories that involved everybody, the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, every cosmic entity. I mean, you talk about a massive story. So getting back to the trailer, she says this one line to Carol Danvers as she's explaining what happened to her, that they have created or trained her in as well with this treatment, if you want to say, in a way. Not really a treatment, because she's not infected, but they actually made her, she said a line, superior, you know, live to be stronger and live longer, which explains why when Nick Fury calls her, or pages her, should I say, because we get the pager in the trailer both times, why she might still be looking younger, because there are so many theories that she's trapped somewhere. I even had a theory. It's so funny with these kind of podcasts, with these kind of episodes, that things can be irrelevant by tomorrow. Everything I said, they'll be like, you know what, it's irrelevant because we might have something that just basically destroys it. So that explains her, because why she's like stronger and younger, you know, and live longer. So we do see this explosion taking off, and there is some parts where we go back and forth into the trailer where she does have Kree blood. She does have blue blood. So she's already a Kree, but she's a human as well. So that's why she becomes Captain Marvel. We do see a couple scenes that were with her helmet on, which looks absolutely amazing. Then we see a couple ones where I'm kind of fast forwarding through this kind of thing, where Talos you can hear over a voice over Talos that, you know, you want to know who you really are, you know. And that's one of the things that they do really, really good, which I will do in another episode, that Carol Danvers actually has a alternate personality, which I think they are kind of orchestrating too, which is something that's, you know, really, really accurate. I always really appreciate when directors and writers like this pay attention to the comic books. But one of the things that you need a freeze frame here, and I want to kind of go over this until I go into the binary mode, is when she's upside down, there is a scene where a Skrull is right off to the left side. I want y'all to go back and look at that trailer again. There's a scene where she's upside down, and if you slow down the frame enough, there is a Skrull on the left side. So this could be something that, you know, potentially the Krees that are around her are actually Skrulls. We already know Jude Law's kind of character arc. He's not Marvel anymore. I'll leave this there. I won't spoil it for you guys. so you know what I'm saying? Like there's things that are altered in this story that it's gonna be, man, who's a Kree and who's a Skrull. Now Krees of course cannot manipulate themselves, Skrulls can, but I think I made the movie like that so you can have that position, so you can actually think like that. Okay, man, who's who? In which there's rumor that Skrull manipulation is kind of running on into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I'm not sure because we do have a skip like 2-3 decades of it. So again, Carol Danvers knows that she has memories of when she was on Earth, and I think that's when we're going to have, you know, Samuel Jackson. I don't know what's wrong with me this morning. Which looks exactly like Die Hard with the Vengeance. I don't know if you guys remember that movie, but it looks like we're going to be on an adventure where she is discovering as well as finding out the Skrulls, where they are in the locations and fighting them. Also, we have a glimpse of where S.H.I.E.L.D. will be birthed in, because there is a Quinjet that Carol Danvers and Nick Fury kind of take, which is kind of it's so funny where Nick Fury is in this state of the timeline, because he's just so fragile in a way. You know, he was about to retire, he's about to hang it all up in the first trailer, as he says, but then he met Captain Marvel. So it's kind of cool. And at the end of the trailer, we do see a cat, which that cat, if anybody's a comic reader, is very, very important, because she has in the comics a pet cat, which is from another planet. It's kind of alien. So which in a later comic, which Rocket Raccoon kind of battle each other, but they actually had to change the name because the name was actually called Chewie, and they changed it to another name, which is they claim to be a Top Gun reference. But Goose. So moving forward, we go into probably one of the greatest parts. Now again, I skipped a whole bunch of Easter eggs there, but that's for another month. But we go into the best part of the trailer is the binary. The binary mode, when she goes binary. Now again, if you don't know anything about Captain Marvel, she is one that can absorb energy and reflect it back. Now again, she can breathe in space. She can fly at fast as the speed of light and sound. Now, fast as the speed of sound. Sorry. And when we see this, now that was probably one of my biggest thing. Can they articulate this well? At the end of the scene, when she goes binary and she's flying through space, literally destroying every Kree ship, Skrull ship. That just shows the magnitude, but the magnitude in this movie of her binary power. That was insane. Guys, if you are listening to us on the Anchor app, please hit that callback button to tell me what you guys thought of the trailer. What was your highlight? What was your biggest part, your favorite part of the trailer? I want to hear from you guys. If you are listening to me on any other podcast outlet, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like. Guys, thank you so much. This was a really, really quick review. I just wanted to kind of get in and get out, but we're going to be breaking down this trailer a lot more, and some little breakdown of the character going back in its history to kind of educate you guys going into March. All right, guys, so if you love this, let me know about it. Tell me about it. I want to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Justin Hard in the Paint. Stay awesome, guys.